Hi, I'm Rebecca, and I am Rebecca. We went over that. So moving on, I'm 39. I live in the Pacific Northwest. I am here today to talk about knitting. There we go. Let's finish the sentence that way. This is my vlog, and I have 6 kids. This is the worst intro in the world, okay? I don't have 6 kids. I'm doing better today than I was, okay? This is actually the second time I recorded this. So I have 5 kids, and I live in the Pacific Northwest in Silverdale, and I have 2 dogs, and I love knitting. Okay, cool. Got that out of the way. If this is your first time, it is always like this. I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, no, this is just a bad day. No, it's how I am as a person, and I'm just going to embrace it at this point. So whatever happens from here on out happens. I actually stopped the last video because I started telling a story that I was like, I don't know if I don't watch these back. I don't remember what stories I've told or things that I've said. So I guess if it's a repeat, then I guess we'll all just enjoy it the second time. I'll probably enjoy it more though, because I don't remember having said it for the first time. So, you know, it's always the first time for me. Anyway, sorry, that was kind of loud. Somebody told me there was beeping in my last video. I don't know what that's about. I'm not sure. I actually am hearing impaired. I do wear hearing aids, but I didn't hear anything. So if there is beeping, I don't hear it, which would be weird. But anyway, so there is that. You know what's weird about hearing aids that they don't tell you is that the new ones are digital, right? And they're like Bluetooth enabled and everything, but when I wear them, I sound like a robot to myself, and other people around me sound like robots too. So that's a little fun fact for you. That's why I can't really do video chats with people that I don't know very well, because their digital voice is digitalized and then they sound like robots on a robot movie, and I can't really understand what they're saying. And if I take my hearing aids out, I can't understand them either. I'm only good at deciphering conversations with people that I already know, and I already know their speech, and I can understand that way. Wow. So yeah, I have that issue going on, and then I also I have catastrophic tinnitus, and I think that most people know that about me because I'm very open about it. It's the only thing that I like more than knitting and makeup is talking about my tinnitus, some people call it. I don't like to say that because it's a really important health problem for me that people don't really take very seriously, and I think that more people should be aware of that, and the fact that there's no cure and there's no treatments. There's nothing that will help. So catastrophic tinnitus is a ringing in your ear that is so loud it sounds like a car alarm or a siren, and it prevents you from living your daily life and doing things that you would normally do, such as sleeping or talking to people or being able to hold down a job or things like that. So a lot of people have regular tinnitus or tinnitus, and they just, I did. Mine was very quiet for like 17 years until it wasn't. And it's not that big of a deal for most people. The vast majority of people, it's fine. But the unaliving rate is actually really high among people who have it very severe. And I am a survivor of that. I didn't think I was gonna make it, but here I am. Wow, that got really depressing. Here I am. That's the good news. Or the bad news if you don't like me, but whatever. Today I'm wearing my Comfort Fade Cardi by Andrea Mowry. I made this with some Advents. I feel like I already talked about this sweater. I feel like I did. Have memories of talking about it, especially showing my sleeves. I feel like I did that, but when I kind of flipped through my videos, I didn't see it. I feel like we already had this conversation. Maybe not. Okay, anyway, this is my favorite cardigan I've ever made. I wore a pink shirt just to match because it's all wrinkled, but whatever. I usually wear black, but this needed pink. Oh, and I'm wearing my neon leggings from Old Navy. Aren't they great? Everybody enjoy my pelvic area. So anyway, I used Madeline Tosh here in DK. But this is all Hannah made it yarn. She's not currently dying anymore. Hopefully she's not dying in real life either. But it's knit the right side and then worn inside out. It's not inside out, it's, you know, reverse stockinette or whatever. It's got the shawl collar. I love the sweater, and what I love about the sweater the most is the skinny arms. I have a stitch marker in. The skinny arms, so it's not baggy at all. It's tighter around the arms, but it's looser. I wish I'd made it longer. But it's got the skinny arms, and I just like the way that looks. I like the fit. And I made this out of some Advent leftovers, but I'm genuinely thinking about making it again out of Advent. Maybe held double, because it's held double, right? And I kind of blended it throughout as much as I could. I don't know. I'm thinking about doing it again though, like held with color, because I'm getting the Advent from Dandelions and Daisies, and the theme is cottage core, and I'm like, this is kind of a cottage core little thing to wear, right? Like if I just had held it double with like a tan yarn or like a white or gray or something, I don't know. I think it would be really cute. Oh, and I could do like mohair on the shawl collar, which was really fun. It's just short rows. You pick up a bunch of stitches and do short rows. It was really fun, and I really want another one. I love wearing this around the house because it's not too bulky that it like falls apart when I like, you know what I mean. The wrists are nice and tiny, and so I have tiny wrists, and so they just kind of stay. They don't, I can do that, but they don't do that on their own. What am I talking about? Anyway, I love this sweater. I love it so much. I love the fit. It's got a lot of positive ease, but then it's tighter in the arms, and it's the best ever. It's amazing. So I'm thinking about making another one with my Advent calendar. I don't know if an Advent calendar will have enough yarn to make it, but I can always fudge it, right? Like just do this in a different color. I think I used almost a full skein of yarn making the shawl color. You can see that I grabbed some Hannah Made It leftovers that I had and just did that. Oh, I love this sweater. I thought it was gonna be horrible to knit because you have to knit the entire body flat, and I thought that was gonna be awful, and I actually really enjoyed it because I was changing color so often. I don't think I would like it if I just used DK and then like faded it like she said to. I usually wear this with a black shirt, and it always looks terrible. This is not cute with black, but it is what it is. Maybe I'll knit one with a black that goes well with black. Maybe I'll do like neon yellow and hold it with a cottage. That would be really ugly. Don't let me do that. But I like neons, right? Okay, so anyway, Advent. I'm so excited about my Advent. Also, I just found out that Dandelions and Daisies is still accepting pre-orders for her Advents. Her yarn is beautiful, and I really think that you should go check out dandelionsanddaisies.com. Dandelions and Daisies fiber art, I'll link it, because her yarn is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I'm so excited about that. So she still has pre-orders up, and then I just saw that the Crafty Toes are going to have 10 more Advents that they're going to put up for pre-sale. And honestly, if you're interested in getting an Advent and you don't have one yet, I think just watch your favorite dyers who have Advents you want, because a lot of times they just will list them again, like a last chance type thing after they're already made. And the other thing I saw was the Cozy Knitter does the 24 striped socks, and I'm not getting them, but she said on Instagram that she has like 250 more that she's going to be listing at some point. So if you have FOMO and you didn't get an Advent back in July or whatever, just keep an eye out for those. Okay, I love Advent so much. I wish everybody had an Advent because I love watching people open them. If you get an Advent and you want to send me a picture every day of what you get, that would be fantastic. I love Advents almost as much as I love the Stephen West Mystery Knit-alongs. Okay, so Stephen West Mystery Knit-along. Wow, that is something, isn't it? I am on section 2. I just finished section 2 this morning. I am moving on to section 3 later. I have all the time in the world to knit today. It's 9 o'clock. My kids are going to be home at 4 o'clock. So I have from 9 to 4 to knit. I didn't have that yesterday. I had things to do, but today is knitting day, and I'm so happy. I wonder how much I can get done. Section 3. So section 2, wow, that is a ride, isn't it? I don't want to say too much for people who are still on section 1, but section 2 is definitely, there's not as much binding off and casting on. So that's good. I don't want to say too much. I'm enjoying it. I have not seen anything past section 3. I know what section 3 is going to look like, and that is it. I don't scroll through the whole thing, the pattern. I don't look at spoilers. I look away as much as I can. I don't want to see spoilers. I don't want to hear about spoilers. I don't want to have them described to me. I don't want photos. I don't want any of that stuff, because for me, it's such a big deal to have a surprise. I like to be disappointed and frustrated and feel that feeling of dread in small doses, right? Like I want that all the way throughout the pattern. I don't want to look at like the entire thing as a whole and be like, oh my God, that's so much knitting. How am I going to do that? I don't want to do any of those techniques. I don't want it. This is so bad. I don't want that. I want to do that a little bit at a time so I can look at the section and be like, oh my God, hate doing that. A little bit at a time, then I can get over it and move on to the next thing that I don't like doing. I love doing this. I love it so much. It's my favorite thing in the whole world. And I don't care what the rest of the sections look like. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm not a baby. Actually, okay, and that came out wrong because I was gonna say something else that had a swear in it and I decided not to. And then, yeah, I was having a conversation with a friend earlier and just forget I said that, because honestly, I'm not gonna record or re-record this, and I'm not going to edit that out. So I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings or offended you. That wasn't what I was trying to do. I should just get a shirt that says that, because everything that comes out of my mouth always comes out wrong. It's who I am as a person. I'm sorry. That's not what I meant. I am actually, and it's not even true for me either, because I totally crapped out on the Speckle and Pop, where I just like didn't do the border. I cut the border out halfway because it was like those brioche and garter triangles, and I hated my colors and it made me want to die, and I was so angry every time I started a row. I just felt this rage bubbling up inside of me. I couldn't deal, and I just bound it off, threw it in a closet, and I try not to look at it. I love the pattern. I would do it again. I've thought about doing it again, and I just hated my colors. That's all. I just genuinely hated my colors. I love my colors now, so I'm pretty excited about it. Are my colors looking good? Well, now that's a whole other question. But the thing is that when you throw a shawl on, it doesn't really matter. It all blends together anyway. The pattern, especially in these mystery knit-alongs or things where, you know, the whole thing isn't just one pattern, it all kind of disappears anyway. It really doesn't matter that much to me, as long as the colors look good together and I like them. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. I plan to knit all day long until my fingers fall off. It's gonna be so fun. I'll probably knit even more. Okay, so if you guys hear beeping, let me know, because I don't hear anything. Okay, colors. I have Dream in Color in the Scorched Lime colorway. This is one of my favorite colors in the whole world. I think it looks good on me. I think so. Much better than this purple. Right? I should make a whole sweater out of this. Okay, and then I have Pop Rocks by Madeline Tosh. This is actually the one I'm not using. And see, this is the one I'm using, the sock base. We went over this yesterday, but now I have my single ply so you can see the difference in color. A little brighter, a little more fun. I'm really glad I took the time to do this, because I almost didn't. I almost went like, oh yeah, I'll just use that. No, I'm really glad I did. And then I'm using black from Knit Pick Stroll, which this skein is getting very, very small as we go. Luckily I have more. I have a lot more of this, so it's not a big deal, but wow, this is getting tiny. And oh my gosh, I got this Tuft woolen sock soap. I actually got this as a gift a couple years ago from Dragon Horde Yarn in the plum and amber color scent. It smells so good. I haven't even opened it, obviously, as you can see. So what I do though is I put these in my knitting bags. Put this in my knitting bag because it is obviously one, but it smells so good, and I love to put it in my knitting bags with my stuff just to make it smell really good as I'm knitting, and it makes me so happy. Is that weird? Do other people do that? Because I do, because I think it's so fun. All right, so section 2, let's talk about it. I'm going to show it. Okay, it's gonna happen, and I'm probably gonna say spoilers out loud, so just be forewarned there. I'm sorry. So here we have section 1, right? Fun. Section 2. Do I love this? I mean, kind of. It's kind of giving me that camo goth vibe that I was kind of going for, which is good. It's giving me texture time vibes. I hate knitting this part. I'm just glad it's not big. I'm glad they're not big sections. I actually have to take this off the needles, obviously. But I just finished. I like this. I like it. I don't hate it. And the fact that people are telling me that they're quitting because it gets horrible and it's not their style and they don't like it or they don't want to knit it or whatever, it kind of scares me a little bit. But for right now, I am just trying to really enjoy the process, and maybe it goes this way, and I hope it doesn't go this way. I don't know, maybe it will. I think it's kind of fun. When I was little, there was this building near my house. I lived in a very sketch area. There was a building near my house, and it had no windows, and it looked like this, right? It was thick black stripes with thinner pink stripes, and it had no windows, and I didn't know what it was. And I would ask my parents, because we drove by it all the time, and they'd always be like, oh, I don't know. It burned down, but I never actually found out what it was. I mean, I think that now that I'm an adult, I have ideas of what it may have been, but it reminds me of that. So hopefully that it gets better. I don't know. That's such a weird core memory thing to have it remind you of, right? I like it. I like it. I like this vibe. I think that, you know, I'm like, seriously, like, look, see, you put it around your neck, no one can tell anyway. They just see the colors. And they might ask you like, oh, what is that? Can you pull it off and show me? And then you do, and then they're like, oh, that's weird. Which is what people do. That's how they are. Non-knitters are the worst. So I like it. I like that the stroll is really soft. That makes me happy. This Tosh sock is not as soft, but that's okay. I'm a really loose knitter, so you can like literally see through this, which is fine. It's fine, I guess. I love the creativity. I love not knowing where it's going. I love the shape and the way that the shawls that Stephen West designs kind of like take their shape. I think it's so creative and fun. I'm really enjoying this. I really am. I cannot wait to get through this section, and then the anticipation of the next section, or the rushing to get it done before the next section. I love both of those things. So I don't know if I'm holding it upside down or not, because I haven't seen the next clue. Don't tell me about it. Don't tell me about it. I don't want to know. I love the surprise. And that's honestly one of the hardest things about this mystery knit along thing, is the desire to share with everybody, but the desire to also not be spoiled at all. And that makes it really challenging. But I love it. I love being excited with people. I love sharing. I feel like, I don't know, I'm a person who doesn't like to be spoiled, so when people talk to me about it, I really love when they like ask me like, oh, where are you? Because honestly, if I'm here and they're, you know, way down here, I don't want to spoil it for them either. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, did you see the Estonian lace that we're doing in the section 2? Isn't it amazing? I don't want to do that to people. So, yeah. I am so excited about this. This is giving me life. I did actually go to my therapist yesterday and show him my colors, and he showed it to him, and he was not impressed. He did not like my colors at all, and that is okay. I didn't make it for him. It's for myself, because I am a selfish knitter, and I don't think that knitting for yourself is selfish, but I don't know what else to call it. Guys, it's so cute. The colors, I love them. I love them. I'm so happy with my colors. I think this is really great. Really, really, really happy. I think other people's are looking good too. The ones I've seen, I think they look really good. It looks good, right? Well, don't say you hate it. That wouldn't be very kind. No, I'm so excited. Okay, it's off the screen now, in case you were wondering. Yeah, I'm like so stoked. I'm ready to go. I think this is amazing and so much fun. Be excited with me. And anyway, that's what I have going on in my life. Today, I have no plans except to knit. I've already said that. Saturday, I have to go take my daughter shopping for a homecoming dress. And Sunday, my son's friend might be coming over. which is horrible. I don't like children at my house. I don't like babysitting. I don't like being responsible for them. I know that I sound like a curmudgeon, but I really just don't enjoy that. And it is what it is. My daughter's boyfriend comes over, but I like him, so it's fine. I don't like kids in my house. Like, do you guys relate to that? Like, do you have kids that have friends and then the friends come over and then you feel like you're babysitting the child? Because I do. And I don't like other parents because I feel like when I do let kids come over, I'll be like, okay, you can come over till 5. And then their parents will be like, yeah, sure. And then their parents call me and they're like, oh yeah, I actually left for the day. Can they spend the night? Like, I don't want your kid here in the first place. I definitely don't want them spending the night. So yeah, I just, but it's fine, right? Kids like having their friends over. But then the problem is that my kids aren't allowed screens in their bedrooms, and all they want to do is play on their screens with their friends, right? Like computer video games and stuff like that. So then their friends are down here. It's fine. It's okay. I sound like a curmudgeon. I don't like children and I don't like animals. Did I say I don't like animals in this take? Well, I don't. I like my dogs. I like dogs. Most dogs. Some dogs. Lots. A lot of dogs. Many. And like 2 cats. Wow. Hi. Thanks for still being here. Appreciate that. Okay, I'm gonna go. I have nothing new to say, and I will see you guys all tomorrow from a different location. And I will, yeah, thank you for all of your comments. Thank you for all of your messages. Thank you for friending me on Instagram. I love that. I just want to be friends with people here, and I want to talk about knitting all day long, every day. So, yeah. Add me on Instagram, be my friend, message me about your shawl, but only clue 1 or section 2. That's it. Don't message me about your shawl and anything else except for your colors. You can show me those too. And let's talk about Stephen West and let's talk about knitting because I could talk about it all day long. I just don't have enough people in my real life to talk about it too. So, okay, I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.